Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Honk honk, everyone. Guys, I have such a good episode for you today. So, I pulled some of the best of social media. There's so much going on with Harry and Meghan right now, and people are really having strong reactions and pulled some really funny things that I want to take a look at. Plus, the Sun is bringing up really good points about Harry and Meghan that I thought we could take a look at and react to as well. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure you subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments. All that helps me out, and I really appreciate it. I just got done working out, so I'm a little more pink and red than normal, and I'm sportier than normal. I got my hair in a ponytail, but I had so many thoughts. I just wanted to do this thing. So let's just jump right in. And speaking of working out, I have my other channel, Goose Adventure, where I'm detailing how I lost 140 plus pounds. You can find what I ate, what I did exactly, what kind of workouts I do, that kind of stuff over there as I'm going through it. So check it out. I do have before pictures that I often show, but I'll show you because I've had some new subscribers lately. Here I was before. Here I am now. So go check that out if you're the least bit interested. I'll tell you how I did it. Okay, now let's get into Harry and Meghan and take a look. Thank you to everybody who sent me these clips. We have some things to look at, including some clips to react to. I'm excited to get into this one with you. And by the way, a little engine. Good. I just thought, it goes with the workout. I had to convince myself I can do this, right? So, if you don't know, I'm reading Atomic Habits. You probably do know this because I can't stop talking about it. I love the book. Thank you, Dylan, for recommending it. I love this book so much, but I'm laughing because Meghan literally just talked about this book, and I'm just devastated that she talked about the same book that I'm reading, but it's fine. But it really is good, and it's like small habits for big changes. So, anyway, the little engine that could. My habit lately has been working out. I'm making small changes for big results. Anyway, I just can't believe she plugged that book. I think that's really funny. Now let's take a look at social media, shall we? Starting with this one, HRH Chelsea, Princess of, and then it cuts off, but it's at Mr. and Mrs. Henry Wales. And it says 24 different copes by touching her nose. Is the entire exchange a bunch of lies? Now, it was originally shared by Chrono Royals, friend of the channel. Hi, Chrono Royals. We love you. Fantastic. Always complain, always explain is Chrono Royals. But okay, so they put together 24 different nose touches. Now, I've seen the theories, and I don't pretend to be a body language expert. I leave that to the body language people who are into that. So some people say it's when she lies. Some people think it's when she's trying to drive home a point. I tend to think it's both. So let's take a look. And thank you, Chrono Royals and HRH Chelsea, for sharing this. And here we go.
There on my mom's side, he used to have an antique store. That seemed like the natural inclination.
So I'm going to pause and say they show it's just clip after clip after clip. So the words aren't really going to make sense. It's just clips of her touching her nose. This was during that podcast, that Aspire podcast with Ermiger. I've had so many people say you like it when I do that, Ermiger, because it reminds you of my favorite, the Swedish Chef. It reminds me of Swedish Chef now too. Word. Anyway, Ermiger had her on and she can't stop touching her nose. So I'm going to hit play. We can take a look, and you can tell me if you think it's when she's not telling you the truth, or if it's like, hey, listen to me, look at me, notice me. I think it might be both. Here we go.
But that's not what I was sitting around, as you know, in building brands. It doesn't happen overnight. It can't happen from the CPG side and really not on the commerce side. These are relations to a level where you can share it more broadly and happen in real time. I set my alarm for the exact moment we were going to go live, inventory. And that's what we've been doing. We went right back trajectory to look like. But I think, and at a certain point you go, why do I said in the podcast I was doing, laser focused on
Harry there with the
attention. I came back, started the account in January of this year.
Yeah, that time she actually sniffed. Is she smelling her finger? I don't know. I'm trying to think, do I do this? No, I do touch my chin sometimes when I'm thinking, but I don't think I ever touch my nose. It's kind of weird. I don't I've seen some other theories. I'll let you decide on that if it's substance related. I don't know, but here, let's keep going.
Like there was a company, they made jeans and they would tell building the foundation. But, as things expanded and
Smelling
certainly
her
talks,
knuckle
you see that in the podcast
over and over.
and certainly and I must have, years ago, these key moments are going to be, I can also, I'd spent so many years since we came over here, really, even prior to that, investing in the success of Hobson. I admire her so much, her business acumen.
What is this? So when I'm, as you do with your Gosling, when I'm playing pirates with the Gosling, it's your, So I keep seeing a pirate hook for a hand, but then she seems to be smelling her knuckle. I don't know what that is. I find that so bizarre. Next time you're in conversation with somebody, just see if you can do that. I don't know. I find it so weird. Let me know your thoughts. I can't get over that. That is so bizarre. I understand that nervously, again, I do this sometimes, and you might once in a while do something like that, but that was excessive. I don't know. You can tell me what your theories are, but let's read some comments because I thought they were pretty funny. The nose rub count. In my opinion, the nose rub is the telltale that she's lying. She touches her nose frequently when she's speaking. And then somebody asked if it was a drinking game. That's pretty funny. And then Sterling Vagabond said the best example of her nose touch and mouth cover before an absolute whopper of a lie has to be when her and Harry were feeding their chickens with Oprah, and the Meg made a spurious claim that her and H had been married 3 days before the big wedding. I mean, we got married 3 days before, something like that. Yeah, I remember that too. That's pretty crazy. All right. And then Laura points out she's looking at its length after each of her truths. Yeah. It is funny. I noticed the same thing with Amber Heard. It's my truth. My truth. No, it's just the truth or not truth. If she opens her mouth, she's lying. Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, probably. All right, let's go to Princess Carparkle. This never gets old either. Meghan Markle, by the way, hi, Princess Carparkle, friend of the show. Meghan Markle seems like she's never really looked at her engagement ring during the engagement interview. It's so obvious she doesn't like it. Then Harry mentions his mother's diamonds. Okay, so I have watched and recapped and covered this engagement interview, and I have talked about the redoing of the ring. I believe it's at least 3 times now that the ring has been redone. It's very odd. But and I remember thinking it was weird the way she looked at it, but I really didn't stop and process it. So shout out to Princess Carparkle for bringing this up. Let's take a look. Here we go. So I'll play it once with sound so you can hear it, and then you don't want to hear doofus over and over, but I wanted to put it in context. Here you go.
Side from my mother's jewelry collection.
Okay, so from my mother's jewelry collection, and then so she looks down. Seems like she's seeing it for the first time, is looking again, and then looks up. That is so funny. It really is a strange reaction. You'd think that she would be admiring it, but no, I think she always hated that thing. I just had this feeling. Well, I mean, she changed it right after, so I don't think you can convince me that she loved the thing. All right. How many times has she had it changed? Is it 3 or 4 now? I was trying to remember that too. I can think of at least 3. Maybe it is a 4th. Let's just find out, shall we? Let's just find out right now. How many times has Meghan Markle changed her engagement ring? Let's see here. Oh, yep. They're saying 3, according to Google. They say 3. It says Meghan Markle has reportedly altered her engagement ring 3 times since Harry proposed in 2017. So let's see. Oh, yep. Here we go. Ready? Here are pictures of the 3. So 2017, 2022, and 2025. Isn't that funny? I love it. I guess you don't. I didn't realize how quickly from 2022 to 2025 that she changed the ring. That is wild. How does she justify that to Has No Balls? I love it. Does he just not? I mean, she probably just doesn't tell him. She just does it. All right, there you go. Think Beautiful says she literally hates everything about it except what it signifies. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got too. Can you imagine? And I know of women who have changed their ring. That's between you and your partner or whatever. And I don't know. I wouldn't do it, but I understand that maybe if the wires got crossed, miscommunicate, whatever, you didn't love it and you want to change it once, maybe. I do have a relative that changed theirs like at the 20-something anniversary. Okay, fine. That's again between you and your partner. But 3 times, how do you justify 3 times? That just screams gold digger to me. Like, why not add an eternity band or whatever it is? Like, not that they've hit some milestone. I don't think 7 years is a milestone. I'm just saying, like, why not add something else or change? I don't know. I just can't imagine. But I guess if the things are more important to you than than the husband, so then I guess that's that. I don't know. She's seething at how small it is. It's probably 1/10 of the size of anyone else's around her. I'm gonna start doing the Meghan and say, "Yep, you're probably right." Don't just yell into the mic. Sorry, you're probably right. All right. Tweakle, which I love that name, Tweakle, looked like she hated that engagement ring. I wasn't the least bit surprised when she changed it. Yeah, same. I kind of got the same vibe, and she did. So, because what's funny is now knowing her, it's always the words and actions never match each other. So she was like, I love it. And then immediately changed it. It's pretty funny. He designed it and I love it. NC Boy says, head down, pretending she could not see it from a distance. The sign we're there has a, let's look at that again because I didn't clock that until this person says this. Look, that's exactly what it is. I didn't even notice it. Watch, she looks down, she pretends she can't see it. So that way she can get what, an upgrade or something? Oh my God. That is so crazy. I guess she just wanted to announce it. Like I was thinking, okay, again, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. You guys can get mad at me in the comments. It's fine. But I personally would not change a ring given to me. I wouldn't do it. That's just me. But let's just say you hated what your person picked out for you. Hopefully you've had that conversation beforehand. But let's just say when you change it or make it what you want before you go official, so that way you don't run into this, so that way it's not so public that you changed it. You don't humiliate the guy. I think she lives to humiliate the guy. I don't know. The whole thing's, I just can't imagine changing the ring. Like, oh, you picked it out. It means so much to me. I hate it. It's kind of funny. Anyway, but yeah, to pretend that she can't see it. And then like, let's look at it again. It's just funny. Like, oh, it's like, oh, I can't see. Oh, there it is. All right. That's funny. Continuing on with this one, Royally Sage says, that is breathtaking for the king that his son, it's hard to switch off that to this, but let's talk about this because this is really, really depressing. Royally Sage points out that is heartbreaking for the king that his son is trying to emotionally manipulate and mail his dad, who is dealing with cancer. This article actually produces sympathy for Charles and shows what an a-hole Harry is. So basically the article is heartbreaking reason Prince Harry changed his mind. Sorry, I just dropped something. Hold on. Changed his mind on sharing photos of his children, meaning why is he putting them online? Well, a source is claiming that Prince Harry might be happy to do it in hopes that his father, King Charles, would see the children and realize what he's missing. If there's even a grain of truth in that, if there's even a speckle of truth, and it's, alleged, we don't know. If it's true, that's sick. My gut says, yeah, I didn't even think about that. There probably is something to that. In my opinion, that seems to be something that Harold likes to do, is emotionally manipulate in that way. So I wouldn't put it past him. I don't think anything's off limits, including the kids. But that is disgusting. If that's the case, that's disgusting. Mon Petit Chou. I don't think I said that right. Mon Petit Chou says there's one and only one reason why they're releasing photos. Show me the money. Jerry Maguire, anybody? Oh, I used to love that movie. Defense Straight says Harry is the blank. Every time he tries to emotionally mail the King Charles in public, it backfires. Harry's so dim-witted, he never learns. I think it's that. I think it's that. I think this person's onto something. Soulmates Twin Flame says he could send the palace pictures of his kids if he wants his dad to see his kids' photos. But now he's saying merching them on Instagram is all to get his daddy's attention. These PR puff pieces trying to once again make them look like victims to be pitied are ridiculous. Thank you, Soulmates Twin Flames. I agree completely. I think so too. All right. Kelly Renee says, it's fascinating how Rach keeps screaming manipulation while doing the manipulating. That's called gaslighting. Guess. Oh, excuse me. Should I leave that in? I might leave that in. All right. Goodness. That's called gaslighting. I felt that building for a while. All right, one more time. That's called gaslighting. Guess with your staff walking out, no one's left to Google it for you. You know what? Kelly had such a good point. I want to read that one more time. I got distracted by myself. Here we go. It's fascinating how Rach keeps screaming manipulation while doing the manipulating. Exactly that. That's called gaslighting. Guess with your staff walking out, no one's left to Google it for you. Dun, dun, dun. That's better. Now it has my full attention. Goodness, I feel like I could sneeze again. Hang on. They always say, look at the light when you have to sneeze. Everybody enjoy that freeze frame. There's something about looking at the light. My Gosling taught me that. I think her kindergarten teacher had taught her that. Look at the light when you have to sneeze. I don't know what that does, but I'm looking at the light. I still have to sneeze. Okay, here we go. All right. The Sun, Hugo Vickers. With an exclusive, Meghan's kids are going to be so angry when they grow up and realize how they were used by her. There's a clip here. I'm not going to play the whole thing because parts of it aren't really relevant, but I'm going to play about 40 seconds of it. We're just going to watch. I am going to react to it. You can find the uninterrupted clip online if you want. This is a reaction channel. I'm going to react to it. So let's play and I'm going to react. Here we go. There you go.
Up with seeing the back of their heads and hearts stuck over their faces when they go to Disneyland.
Okay, so he's saying, I'm fed up seeing the back of their heads and little hearts stuck over their faces when they go to Disney.
And things, I mean, either show them or don't show them at all. But I mean, you can see what she's up to. I just think there's going to be a terrible revenge when those children grow.
Okay, so his point is, what about when the kids grow up and they're old enough to realize what their parents have done? That's something I think about too. And I've said a million times, I'll say it a million more times. I'm a private person. I don't share my Gosling. So I actually respect people that don't put their kids online. But that's different when you're fighting for the line of succession. You're trying to be in the line of succession. There's a difference. And I do think it's part of it. And what they're doing is weird. It's not for, in my opinion, it doesn't seem to be the safety of the kids. It's for their own amusement, their own silly games, and their own eventual monetization. I think it's twofold. It's something I talked about with Hannah and with John Witherspoon. It was, I think that eventually they do want to monetize the kids, but I also think Meghan doesn't want to compete with kids. It's easier for her to show, I'm a mother, but then cover up their faces. So that way the attention isn't on them. Just a hunch I have. It's the same thing with, I'm a wife, but then she'll show the back of has, you know?
Grow up. I mean, I don't know about you, but I would be very annoyed if I found that I'd been used in all these posts in a strange way by my parents. And equally, they're also going to grow up at one point and discover that they never knew their grandparent, their grandfathers. I mean, Mr. Markle, I personally think is a...
So, yeah, that's something I think about a lot too, not knowing their grandfathers. And to the other The other post point, it feels like they're using them for emotional manipulation. That's just my
Of course,
guess.
he's a broken man, but he's a rather sweet man, actually, and he did a lot for that
That's
girl when
true.
she was growing up.
Did you hear what he just said? You can decide on that. He said Thomas Markle is a broken man, but he's a sweet man. He did a lot for that girl growing up. All right, fair enough.
Didn't you think? Everything
Yeah,
he says?
I spoke to
Yeah.
him a couple days ago, actually, and he's just absolutely still distraught about the fact that he still doesn't have contact with Meghan.
And then, of
I
course,
wouldn't wish that on
they will
anybody.
also wake up to realize that they could have been, the cousin to Prince George, the future king, and they could have been over here having a nice time. And with the other children, their cousins, they aren't going to know them.
So that's it for the clip, but that I'm going to show. The rest is just about other stuff. But yeah, what about the day when they realized the life they could have had? Now, what I assume will happen is the parents will feed them the nonsense, and for a long time they're going to be like, "Oh, I don't like my whatever." Little kid things. But then when they grow up and they can think for themselves and they realize what they were cheated out of, yeah, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. I can't imagine alienating the kids and the grandparents and estranging them and the cousins and all the experiences. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Let's take a look at some of the reactions to this one. Defense Straight says Harry is the blank. Every time he tries to emotionally. Oh, I did read that. Okay. I read that one too. Okay, these duplicated somehow. Let's keep going. I couldn't agree more. Those kids are going to hate Harry and Meghan and Harry for preventing them from being with family and royal history in the making. They will probably do to Harry and Meghan what Harry and Meghan have done to her family and to his. I wonder. I can't wait to read the kids' books when they grow up, right? Their version of Spare. I don't know. Crazy, right? When you think about, yeah, the opportunities that they could have and then aren't given because their parents are selfish, you know what? Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments. Unbelievable, right? Those two. They just continue on. Let me know your thoughts on the nose touch. What is that about? Why is she sniffing the bend in her finger, her knuckle? I don't know. What did she think of her ring? Have you ever redesigned your ring? Let me know. And what do you think about the Sun article the Sun video? Do you think he has a point about how much the kids are missing out? I feel bad for, all the royal family that are missing out. And the kids. Never feel bad for Harry and Meghan. It's their own doing, but I'm saying for the kids, it's not their fault. So there's that. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments. Speaking of, oh no, as I talk about it, hold on one sec. Bear with. Speaking of ring, I want to give my friend a shout out who gave me the coolest ring. Thank you, friend. I love it. Look at that. It's so cute. Thank you so much. It makes me so happy. I really appreciate it. I just think it's so fun. So she knows I love bows, so she gave me a bow. Thank you. It's so cool. So anyway, guys, I'm leaving this here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. If you want to further support the show, you know how to do it. Check out the merch. Check out my Patreon. Everything's fine. That's my merch. Check out Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where you can find my bonus episodes, my deep dives, all the extra stuff over there. Thank you to my executive producers, my geese and ganders, for supporting the show. You mean the whole wide world to me. I really appreciate it very much. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here, and thank you for just everything you do. It means the world to me. It really does. I cannot believe the response lately to everything, to my collabs, to my shorts, to the videos. It really, truly means so much to me, and I couldn't do it without you. So thank you. I just wanted to let you know I see you, and I appreciate you very much. Let me know your thoughts on the workout look. Let me know your thoughts on all of it. And I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, they're gone. Let's talk. How cute is that? I thought that was so fun. My friend sent this to me. Thank you, friend. It's so cute. So fun. What else? Gosh, they really are the worst, aren't they? Every time I think they can't get worse. I don't care if they screw up their own lives, but I think it's pretty crappy that they're messing with the kids too. I think that's just kind of crappy. I can't imagine not giving them every opportunity, like kids, I don't know. Oh, I ordered a new camera. That should be in soon. Now, bear in mind, I've just worked out, so I don't have much going on in the way of makeup. My skin's all shiny. It's fine. I'm just saying, like, I'm about to get into like a 4K camera soon. Dun, dun, dun. Might want to dial that down a little bit. But anyway, I'm excited. I can't wait. It'll be here in a couple of days. I just got that ordered. So we'll have to figure out how that works. Me and technology are not friends, but we'll make it work. Trying something new. It's, again, Atomic Habits. Small tweaks, big results. That's what I'm working on. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And I can't wait to read your thoughts on all of this. Let me know in the comments below. Have the best day. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye. Oh, man.